Hello, I am MasterMario 548. You know, I've never really had a Christmas video before. And I have thought of making some in the past, but I just really never got around to it. I have thought of some, like my favorite Christmas songs, or maybe the best presents I got, or something like that, but I just never got around to it. So, and it's funny because I've been on YouTube for years. I've mentioned it before, but I've never really had any real videos on Christmas, but I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So, it's 1 in the morning, and I chose to do this because this is pretty much usually when it's quiet in the house, because usually you'll hear maybe possibly the TV in another room or something, so I try to get these videos done when no one is here or something like that. Even though my parents won't barge in or anything like that because they know when I'm making videos, but still, I just usually want it to be quiet. So I just decided to go and do this a little bit more differently than some other people. I decided to go and make a top 12 Christmas specials. But the special thing about it is, it's only going to be things pretty much under an hour. And because when I think of Christmas specials, that's what I think of. Stuff under an hour. And when I think of Christmas movies, it's usually stuff over an hour. So that's what the rule is going to be. Nothing can be over an hour. Just everything has to be 60 minutes or less. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 12. Phineas and Ferb's Christmas Vacation. When Phineas and Ferb first started, I really didn't know what to think of it. It just looked like it was going to be a stupid cartoon, because every cartoon was pretty much stupid back then, except for Avatar and Danny Phantom. Everything else, it got canceled pretty much after one season or so, but the Phineas and Ferb actually worked, and I started watching it. And then when they had their Christmas episode, I liked it. And I haven't watched it in years, but if I remember right, it was pretty much just about Doofenshmirtz. He likes Christmas, but he's tired that he's always getting coal and all that, so he decides to make this machine that makes everyone all naughty, or not them naughty, but it makes them seem naughty to Santa. So because of that, he skips over to town for that Christmas. And all the kids are just wondering why he did that, and so they go and decide and fix it, and that's where it pretty much goes from there. So it's a pretty decent special, not my favorite, but it is still good. One of the weird things I thought was that I always thought the kids were a little old, still be going around and writing letters to Santa and all that. So it was like, because they're about 10 in this series, and by the time I was 10, I think I kind of made fun of people who believed in Santa. And yeah, I was stupid to do, but that's what you do when you were that age. So, but it's a cartoon, and I'm guessing in that cartoon, even the adults know he's real, so what are you gonna do? And I don't remember how it ends or anything. I think maybe Doofenshmirtz gets a good on the good list. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in so long, but it is a decent special. Not my favorite, but it is a good one. And they had another one, I think, and I don't think I've ever watched it actually, so I really can't give my 2 cents on that one. But for this one, it's a good special. Watch it. Number 11. The Toy Story That Time Forgot. I've been a Toy Story fan for years, just years. I mean, even when I was about 6 or 7 years old, I actually went for Halloween as Woody, along with my brother, and according to my mother, we were just the cutest things ever. So, I've been into Toy Story just ever since, and when Toy Story 3 came out, I was just so excited. I couldn't wait for it. It was just finally, after all these years, and it was well worth the wait. Definitely worth it. So, and even though I was kind of sad when Toy Story 3 ended, I was still kind of happy that they were still going to have these shorts and stuff. And this was before they announced Toy Story 4, so. And they have had a few since, pretty much just stuff that's about 5 minutes long or so. Not really that much, but they've had a few more that's about 20 to 30 minutes long, and one of them is the time that Toy Story forgot. And this one is pretty much just based on where Bonnie goes to this one kid's house, and he's not playing with his toys, he's actually playing with a video game or something, and so the toys go into this room and they see all these other dinosaurs and other toys, and after that I actually don't remember much. I should have looked at this before I made the video, but I think some of them get held captured, and both Rex and whatever the girl's dinosaur name is had to go save them and try to make friends with the good other dinosaurs, and of course eventually the other kid goes back and he starts playing with his toys and doesn't play with video games. But it is a decent, I guess, Christmas special, because really the only thing Christmassy about it is pretty much the beginning, because I think it takes place the day after Christmas, so because of that it's not too Christmassy, but it is still a Christmas special, I guess. Not too Christmassy, but it's still a good one. I mean, the real Toy Story film, the first one, took place on Christmas at the very end, so that's more Christmas than this is, but it's still a good special. It's Toy Story. They usually don't mess up. I'm hoping they won't mess up on the fourth film, so it's a cute special. I liked it. It was good, along with the Halloween one, too, so it's a good one. Number 10. The Wonder Years, A Very Cutlet Christmas. I watched The Wonder Years years ago when it was on Nick at Night, and I liked it, even though I didn't really know what it was about. I just thought it was a pretty good show. And after it stopped airing on Nickelodeon, I pretty much just forgot about it after that. It was just a show that I remembered in the back of my head, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that show was. I watched it Nick at Night years ago. And I didn't find out until about years later. I was like, The Wonder Years. That was a good show. And I started watching a few years ago again on the Hub, and sadly that's gone and replaced by some stupid thing, but I started watching again a few years ago on the Hub, and more recently Netflix, and it was just as good as I remembered. And even though I don't really technically remember it, but it's a good show, and I never really watched all the episodes, but one Christmas episode they had was actually pretty good, and it was called A Very Cutlet Christmas. It was pretty much about Kevin, the main character, going to this mall, and he sees his gym teacher, who's usually a really tough guy. He's yelling at his students, do this, do that, climb up the rope, and they don't really like him because of that. So Kevin goes to the store and he sees his gym teacher as a Santa, and he's thinking about telling his friends about it so he can be embarrassed. But he convinces Kevin not to because he'll be nice to him. He tells him he'll be nice to him if he keeps a secret, which to Kevin agrees. But at one point he actually lets it slip in. All the other kids go to the mall to go and make fun of him, but when they finally get there, they see him and they're just like, we can't do this. Not in front of all those kids. He's in that Santa suit. He's Santa. And yeah, you can't do that in front of the kids. I mean, that would just be a stupid thing to do. And it's just a good episode because it's it has a heartwarming ending, and just it has some kind of more jerkish kids just being nice for once in a while. And they've had a few other Christmas episodes before. The only one I remember was Kevin and his brother trying to convince their father to get them a color TV, and they don't get it in the end. But I don't really remember the main plot actually. I think it was just pretty much about Kevin trying to get a gift for Wendy, maybe. Winnie, that's what I meant to say, but other than that, I really don't remember because I probably haven't even watched them. But The Wonder Years, a very colorful Christmas, a good Christmas special, and it made my top 10. Number 9, The Twilight Zone, The Night of the Meek. I like The Twilight Zone a lot. I like the original series, the 1980s series, the 2000 series not so much. I've only seen a few episodes. One I can remember was when this girl turned her babysitters into dolls and stuff. It was weird, but in the original series they have this one episode where that is not like the other episodes, because the Twilight Zone is pretty dark and greedy. It's just usually the characters, a lot of them usually end up in a tough spot at the end, and this one's completely different, in which it doesn't happen. It's about this department mall Santa who just he's a drunk. No one really cares for him. They think he's stupid. They think he's a waste, but deep down he has a good heart. All he wants to do is spread Christmas and show what it's really about. Not about getting all these toys and stuff. He just thinks it's become too commercialized, and he just wants to go back to more of the older days. And at one point he finds this magic bag, and he can pull anything out of it. If someone wants a little fire truck toy, he can put it out. If someone wants something like a doll, he can pull it out. Wine, he can pull it out of there. So he starts giving all these people their presents just to go and make them happy, and he doesn't really care that he doesn't get anything. So, but that he's just happy that he's making other people happy, and it's good to see. But you still kind of feel sad for him, because you just know after he's just going to go back to his regular old life and nobody really cares for him. But in the end, of course, it changes a little, because this one little elf comes and she tells him that he's going to be the new Santa, and he goes out with her and he becomes the new Santa. And it's a good episode, because you don't see many of those from the Twilight Zone. Just most of them end darkly. Not all of them, but quite a few of them do. And it's a cheesy ending, yeah, but it just makes your heart warm. That's the kind of episode it is. And I'm not sure if they had any other Christmas episodes with the Twilight Zone. I don't remember. I've seen a lot of episodes and I don't remember one. So it's a good episode. I like it. Yeah, it's really corny at times, but it's a good episode. And I also remember it having a really weird camera. It was like it was shot with a home camera or something. I think I once read that it was during a season or so when they didn't have as much money, so they shot it a little bit differently. It looks weird, but it's still a good episode. So, Twilight Zone, The Night of the Meek. Number 8, A Garfield Christmas. I've read Garfield ever since I was a little kid. I remember looking at them on the newspaper or on the computer, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going to be on today. So, and I also have the same birthday as Garfield, June 19th. I mean, he is actually 13 years older, but it is still June 19th. And I don't think he's really my favorite comic character. I would probably go to Calvin and Hobbes, but he is still high up there. I like it. And one of the things that helps that is A Garfield Christmas. And it's pretty much about Garfield, John, and Odie going to the farm. Garfield doesn't want to go there, but they go there, and spending their time there for Christmas. And it's pretty much just has all these weird things that you wouldn't see in a Christmas special, like a tough grandma who messes with these sausage gravies, and she makes these different Christmas songs, and pretty much John and his brother just bothering their father on Christmas because like, it's 1 a.m. Is it Christmas yet? It's a little bit different to other Christmas specials, but that's what makes it great. And you also kind of like the background character for the grandma, because it kind of gets you there, but it's that kind of special. It's a corny special. It's weird, but I like it. It's a good one, and sadly they don't really air it anymore all that much. I haven't seen it in years, and I don't know why they don't air it anymore, because it is a good special. It's just, did everyone just lose the rights to air it? Just because they should start airing it again for some new kid, because I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I miss it. I mean, I do have it on DVD, but still, I think other people deserve to see it. It's a good special because it just has all those corny moments that you expect to see in something like this, and what else? And it also has some funny moments too, because can I think of one right now other than that part where they're trying to bother their father if it's Christmas? Not really right now, but they are there. It's a funny one, but a Garfield Christmas, it's a good one. Number 7, Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. Is this one? Wait a minute, is this one under an hour? And I'll let it anyway. Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh to me was pretty much one of the good last live shows. I mean, I did like iCarly and some of those other shows, but Drake and Josh was the last just really good one, and it's sad it had to end after only a few years, but it was a good show, and they ended it with a Christmas movie, Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. What it's about is that both Drake and Josh are just doing their normal things. It's getting close to Christmas time, but they eventually get in trouble when they go to this party-like thing, and they get arrested. So they either had to go to jail, or they could choose to try to help this family get a perfect Christmas, and they had to help all of them, and of course they agree, but the thing is, all of them have to say it's a good Christmas. If one of them says they hated it, it's off to prison for them. So Drake and Josh are just trying to go and do their very best to make this great Christmas and make it just the best Christmas for them. But at the same time, they had this stupid jerk who just trying to stop it and have them go to jail for whatever reason, and then you just want this guy to like go away and all that. Just like, oh, come on. Why do you want to send Drake and Josh to jail? Just, You also have Crazy Steve in there. He's great. And then he talks about the ice cruncher or whatever it was, and just, he calls it her. And MySweetMonkey.com, I actually made a video out of that years ago. And it pretty much just took you directly to iCarly. I wonder if it would still do that. Is the iCarly site still around? Just, I don't know. It was years ago, so it's just a good special. I like it. It was a pretty good ending to Drake and Josh. And it was really weird to see what Josh looked like in there. Just with that emo hair, kind of. It just, because in the beginning of the series, just Josh was the geek and Drake was the cool guy, and as the series went along, it kind of switched. And it even shows now where Drake has these hipster glasses and he wears a tie in a lot of his pictures. Just, it's weird. So this is a very good special. I mean, I kind of wish Drake and Josh could have had another year or so on it, and I heard they're trying to make another special, and I hope they do, because they deserve it. I really hope they do. And I guess there's really no more to say. it's a good special. I like it. And if you haven't seen it, just seen it. Especially if you're a Drake and Josh fan. You're just hurting yourself by not seeing this one. So go ahead and see it, and that's it for this one. Number 6. SpongeBob Christmas 2. Boy, this one is it's a classic. What else can you say about it? So it's pretty much just about SpongeBob finding out from Sandy what Christmas is, and after that he decides he want everyone in Bikini Bottom to know about it. He gives them all these decorations and stuff, and he tells them about Santa, and he's going to come there for Christmas, and he gets everyone excited for it, but in the end he doesn't come, and everyone's all mad at him, and especially Squidward. He's making fun of him. He takes the photo, and it's a good Christmas special. It just has lots of very good stuff in it. Lots of funny moments. It's a good one, and it also has that song in it where what's it called? Very First Christmas to Me or something. And one of the funniest parts about that one was where Mr. Krabs starts singing. It's like, the very first Christmas to me. It's just like, it was really random because you didn't expect that. It was a random moment. So it's a good special. It has a lot of very good moments, and overall, I definitely think it's probably the best of all the Nickelodeon specials. I mean, I think except for one actually, which I'll get to later, and I do think it's better than any of the Rugrats ones. I think it's better than any of the Fairy Godparents ones or anything else. It's a good special, and a lot of people like it. And if you want to hear my thoughts on the one they had a few years ago, I like that one too. It was cute. I liked it, and I'm sure they worked hard on it because I think it was claymation. I think maybe it was CGI, but I'm pretty sure it was claymation, something like that, stop motion. And it was a good special. I liked it. It aired during the time when the show was pure stupid, and compared to the other episodes, it was really good, but I just don't think it was as good as the new one, or the old one, so that's SpongeBob Christmas. It's a good one. Number 5. Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, and The Holidays of Futures Past. It's The Simpsons. What else can you say about it? The Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire was the very first episode that aired. December 17th, 1989, I believe. 26 years ago, and it's still going. And I think they wanted to go to 2019, so 30 years. And I don't think anybody predicted it would still be on today, but it's a good special. It's pretty much just about Homer trying to make the best Christmas he can when he doesn't get this bonus. And it's a good special. It just started a huge legendary show, and even though it wasn't the first one produced, it was the first one that aired, so it's still legendary. And it's the only one that aired in the 80s because the show was originally supposed to air, I think, in the fall, but because a lot of the episodes had these animation problems, they decided to air it later. So I really can't think of any huge memorial moments from the episode. I don't think I can. Nah, not really, but it is still a very good episode. We also get introduced to other characters like Moe and Flanders. Who else? Mr. Burns? Or no, I think he was in there, but just bunch of other characters who would just appear on the show for years. It's a good special. It's a classic. Everyone loves it. It's a good special. Then there's also The Holidays of Futures Past. Say what you will about the new Simpsons, yes, they are horrible compared to what they used to be, but this episode is it's good. It's really good, and it's no surprise because it was planned to be the possible final for the show. But they got renewed after it, so it's still went on, but it's a really good one. It's pretty much about this taking place 30 years, I think, after the series where all the characters are now old. Bart has some son. Lisa, she has a daughter and is married to Milhouse, and then Maggie's about to have a baby, and it's a good special, even though it's for modern Simpsons, and we know that modern Simpsons isn't really that good, but this one is really good. I liked it because it just felt more like an old Simpsons episode. Even though it does have its stupid moments, it's still very good compared to everything else. And usually their Halloween and Christmas episodes are still pretty good because Bart heard their most recent episode. Even though it's not a Christmas episode, it's actually a future episode. It's also a good episode, and I think it's pretty much just about Bart and through his childhood and teen years and young adult years, and it's a good episode. But for the holidays of futures past, it's good to know that there are still some good episodes for the modern Simpsons. And would I say this is better than the Simpsons roasting on open fire? I don't know. I pretty much tied it for a reason because they're just both really good. And for the other Simpsons episodes that took place around Christmas, I like them too, but not as much as these two, because Marge, Not Be Proud, it's a good episode, and then Miracle on Evergreen Terrace, it's a good episode too, but I just think these two are the best of the Christmas episodes. So those two Christmas episodes, those are those ones. Number 4. South Park, A Woodland Critter Christmas. South Park has had a lot of Christmas specials. Pretty much throughout their first 10 years, they had a Christmas special every year practically, and this one is just definitely the best one because it's amazing what they do with it. It's about Stan finding these woodland critters who can talk and everything, and they're about to get lured to their Lord and Savior, and he decides to help them even though he doesn't really want to. It's all in rhyme because there's a narrator talking, and it's just funny. It's great from beginning to end. It's a good special because it has a good ending, a really good twist ending that you wouldn't expect, but when you do see it, you're just laughing because you're just like, how did I not see that? It's a good special, and compared to the other ones, even too, because South Park has had some really impressive Christmas specials in the past, and I just think this one tops it. And this was pretty much the last one they had for years. They did have one last year, I think, the Holiday Holograms, I think it was called, and that one was okay, I guess, but I think it would probably be the worst of their Christmas specials. Not bad, but just the worst overall. So, A Woodland Critter Christmas, and it has a funny story behind it. Because Matt and Trey couldn't come up with a story for a few days, and they thought they weren't going to meet their deadline, so they were going to go call Comedy Central and tell them they weren't going to get the episode, but in just a matter of a few days, they made the episode. Somehow, some way, they made it. And it's kind of funny because this was called their year from hell because they were working on South Park and some other projects like Team America. I think season 8 is actually their best season because, I don't know, maybe it was just because their minds were always on. I think season 8 was their best season by far. It was a really good season, and they ended it on a really high note. So, A Woodland Critter Christmas, definitely my favorite. Number 3. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Would this not make anybody's list? I mean, who wouldn't put it on their list? Who? It's a good special. What can I say that everyone else hasn't said? It's good. It's about the Grinch, and he wants to steal Christmas because no one wants to make him happy on Christmas, so he makes a fake Santa suit, takes all the presents, and he plans to get rid of them. It's a good special. It makes your heart melt at the end. It's good. and then it's all in rhyme throughout the whole thing. It has the guy who voices Tony the Tiger, or who did voice Tony the Tiger, narrating, and it has that good song, "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." And of course that song at the end, it's a good song. I just love it really much. I watch it every year I pretty much can. It's a good special, and my thoughts on the remake, or not the remake, the film, I guess you can call it a guilty pleasure for me. I like it. I saw it when I was about 9 years old, so when you're that age, you pretty much like anything, so it's good, but not as good as the original. That one will always be the classic, and I think they're making another one, but this one will be CGI. I'm sure it won't be as good as the original, but maybe it will be better than the live-action version, so How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a classic. I really can't say anything else about it. Number 2. Arnold's Christmas. Not a lot of people actually really know about this one, and it's really sad because it's a really good one. What it's pretty much about is it's about Arnold and everyone in his house are doing these secret Santa things, and Arnold gets Mr. Wynn, one of the people who lives in his house, and he doesn't know what he wants, so he decides to try to squeeze it out of him, and Mr. Wynn tells him this story about how he had to give up his daughter during the Vietnam War, and he hasn't seen her since. And it's a pretty sad story. You kind of feel for him because he wanted her to have a better life, but he hasn't seen her in about, I guess, 20 years or so, maybe less than that, so you feel bad for him. You want him to see his daughter again, so throughout the whole special, Arnold's trying his very best just to find her, and he has no luck, and the only way this one guy will help him if he gets these boots for his this one guy's daughter, and he can't find him, so he doesn't help him. And Helga's decides to go like, "What's your problem? I do this," and she doesn't say that, but she convinces him to go and look it up, and it just has a really good ending. It touches you right here. It's really good, and the sad thing is, they don't mention it a lot anymore. They never air it. I mean, they do air it on the 90s, or not the 90s or all that, the Splat, I think, so, but they should really air it on real Nickelodeon and let new children see this, because it is just so underrated. It's really good, because most specials usually revolve around Santa or something like that. Santa isn't I don't think he's even mentioned in this, except for Secret Santa. This is it's very different compared to other Christmas specials. It's different, and that is what makes it good. It's a good Christmas special. It's one of the first episodes they had overall. It's a good one, and I wish it aired more, but sadly it doesn't. So, Arnold Christmas. Before we get to my number 1 pick, let's look at some honorable mentions. Rugrats: The Santa Experience. While it's not the best special or anything, it is still pretty decent. It has its cute moments, and it is just a decent special. It's also one of Nickelodeon's first for the Nicktoons. It also shows that Angelica has a good side to her, so it deserves an honorable mention spot. South Park: Mr. Hanky: The Christmas Pooh. This was actually one of the very first South Park Christmas specials, and it still holds up. I still like it. While I don't think it's as good as A Critter Christmas, I still think it does have a good spot up in my honorable mentions, and I do still catch myself at times listening to the Mr. Hanky Christmas song. Fairly Odd Parents: Christmas Every Day. This special is also pretty good. It's pretty much just about Timmy wishing Christmas was every day and all that, and it is good. It's probably better than the other Christmas specials they have, because of that, it definitely goes up higher than they do. I love the other reindeer. Yeah, you can say what you want about this. I mean, I know a lot of people hate it, but I was about 8 or so when it came out, so it is kind of a guilty pleasure to me. I mean, I do kind of think it is stupid, but I guess you can kind of say it's a cute stupid for me. So, I think it deserves to be up there. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Deck the Halls. I've always been a fan of the Fresh Prince for a few years now, and while I haven't seen all the episodes, I have seen a few of them. But I've really only seen a few of the Christmas episodes, and this one is definitely funny. Not a lot of Christmas episodes are usually funny for most shows. They're just usually touching. But this one is pretty funny at times, so... And that's what the Fresh Prince is good at, so... Because of that, I think it deserves to be up there. So, those are my honorable mentions, and let's see what the number 1 pick is. This is my number 1 pick for the best Christmas special. And number 1, A Charlie Brown Christmas. This is pretty much number 1 on everyone's list. It's just good. It's a really good special. And how can you not? Because, when you see something like the Charlie Brown Christmas, you look at it as cheap animation and everything and think how could this be a good Christmas special? But you watch it and you're just like, wow, that was really, really good. I liked it, and it's now 50 years old. It's hard to believe it's pretty much aired every year now, and not every Christmas special gets to do that. I mean, at least one usually doesn't air once a year, so... But it's pretty much aired for 50 years straight, and it's that good. It has that good message in it from when they're doing their... when they're practicing their play, and it's just... You hear all the music in it, it's really good, and... I didn't watch it a lot when I was a kid, and I don't know why, because it is just done so well, because it was one of the first specials to go and say that Christmas is not about commercial nation. It's about family, it's about Jesus, it's about friends and everything, and you didn't see many Christmas specials doing that at the time, so it's just a good one, because it's just so little effort was put into it, but because of that, a lot of effort was put into it. It's really good. So, I pretty much watch it every year now. I love it. My parents love it. Everyone I know else loves it. It's a very good special, and I plan to watch it every year after this, so I just love it. It's a very good special, because, and I don't think I actually mentioned what the plot was, so let's get that out of the way real fast. It's pretty much just about Charlie Brown, and he's in charge of this play, and a lot of people think he's going to screw up, and they tell him to go get this Christmas tree, and he gets this one looking bad one that doesn't look like any of the aluminum ones they had, so they all get mad at him, but of course, I can't think of his name now. Lyman, I think, gives a speech on what Christmas is really about. It's really good, and everyone realizes how stupid they were, and they all sing. It's a really good special. I love it. Everyone loves it. Everyone should love it. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. Just go to the hospital. There's something wrong with you. So, it's just a good special. A Charlie Brown Christmas. So, that's it for my top 12 favorite Christmas specials. Everything was under an hour, so... Except for, I think, maybe Dragon Jaws, I don't know, but I still wanted to put it in there, so... I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I didn't go into full detail about everything, because, it's my first Christmas video, so I'm trying to... It's not really good, I know, but... I try to make it as good as I can, and it's going on really long right now. I think it's probably going to be over 30 minutes. It's just, I never had a video that long before, so it's gonna take forever to upload, so might as well try to end this video now before it takes just forever to upload. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. Take care. Hello everyone who is still watching this video after the credits. So, a few days ago, I made a video on how I actually had involvement of a Nostalgia Critic episode. And it was pretty much the Christmas with the Cranks episode, and it was on how he and the old critic were pretty much met each other, and they were criticizing each other's work and all that. You can just watch the video right now, but after I posted the video, I noticed a message on my Facebook account and that I didn't notice before I did it. And I kind of wish I did, so I could have put it on there. So it was actually Doug, and he made a little reply, so I'm going to read it now, not from my computer screen, and here it is. Hey Doug, I just want to say thanks for using my idea for here's what I said actually, for your Christmas with the Cranks review. It wasn't exactly how I imagined it, but it was still good. I saw it as both old and new Nostalgia Critic reviewing the same movie together while getting annoyed by each other's review style. And old Nostalgia Critic in his old SD format. But it was still close enough. I even liked seeing the old memes again. It was a great callback. It's great to know I had part in one of your reviews. Thanks again. And then after that, he wrote this. Thank you for the idea. As soon as you brought it up, I got really excited. And lots of people are talking about it, how much they enjoyed it. It was such a clever concept. Thank you again for recommending it. So I kind of wish I put that on my other video, but I didn't see it, and my bad. So that review actually kind of got me thinking about my videos actually, because my videos have kind of changed over the years. Back when I started, I pretty much never showed my face. It was pretty much just holding the camera back and talking about something, whatever I was doing, or just upload clips from movies and TV shows or commercials and video games. And I pretty much stopped doing the commercials and just clips from movie stuff because I just kind of got bored of it. I started wanting to do my own identity, and that's the route I went into. I mean, I sometimes will upload video game clips, I guess, but not really a lot. If it is, it's part of my own kind of video, and I just slapped it together just because it fits into the video. So, and the other reason I stopped doing that was because I was one strike away from getting my account suspended. Because I actually had one account suspended already, and that was my PokeFan98 account, my first account that I made in 2006. And that was almost 10 years ago now, so wow. Maybe I should make a video on that, but so it got suspended after about 2 years because the first 2 years I didn't make videos. It was just, I just went on other people's videos commenting. And then I uploaded clips from other videos or movies and stuff, and I got suspended. So, and then that's what I pretty much did at the beginning years of my account, and it led to one strike because of a SpongeBob video, and for a few years I didn't get any others, luckily. I just got kind of these warnings, and that was all. But then, for a Super Bowl commercial, I uploaded a Snickers commercial, and I got a strike from it, and that was 2, and after that I was like, okay, no more, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want all these videos I worked really hard on, the subscribers I got, everything. I don't want it to go away. So after that, I was pretty much just done, and I went on to do my own stuff. So, and my videos definitely have changed because, as I said, I pretty much just held a camera and didn't show my face. And whenever I did do any editing, it was just the very, very basic Windows Movie Maker stuff. Just with the blue background and the white typing, and pretty much half my words were misspelled. I mean, that does still happen actually, but not as much. I try to go and find those errors, and I don't think I was as clear either on my speaking, because not that I'm perfect now, but I think I just look at those videos now and just like, I can't even understand myself at times. So it's amazing to look back on those, and I'm actually thinking about making a reaction video just of me watching those old videos. So, and I've seen other people do it before too, so it seems like a fun idea. So, as I said before about a billion times, thanks Doug Walker for taking my idea. It was fun seeing it, and I'm glad people have enjoyed it. I've seen some negative comments, but everything needs criticism. I mean, I know some people don't like criticism at all, but I think it's needed. I actually like criticism because I think it actually helped me make my videos better. If I didn't get any, then I wouldn't have improved on the things that I was bad at. So let's try not make this a video of 30 minutes or anything. I don't know if it will or not, but anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day. Take care.